Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Late Night HR. I am your host, Blanca Rincon, and today we have a very special guest, David Zumaya. Hey, David. How's it going?
I'm doing great.
So, David, I know that you're usually here to interview people, but I'm actually here today to interview you.
So you're putting me on the spot.
I am putting you on the spot. You're so good at this that I wanted you to come into the show. And I know that you're always running around trying to make things happen for everybody else. But what happens with David Zumaya? So what I want to do today is talk about Cafecito. Cafecito is a huge brand. It's Cafecito Business Networking. And I know it got started a few years ago, right? And you came up with this creation, this idea, and it's all about bringing people together. But I want to touch base on everything that you do. And it includes David as an individual, as a human being, as well as that amazing professional. So talk to us, David.
Talk to you. Well, Cafecito was just a small element of what I do. I mean, Cafecito came out was born out of just a need and an opportunity to bring people together. The first Cafecito was back in 2016 in Oceanside. I still remember the place. It was Stanley Ray Bakery. The owners are fabulous small businesses. And talking to them while I was still working at the Oceanside Chamber of Commerce, there was a need there, but it's hard to get people to come to some fancy hotel or a big office complex, whatever. So I go, well, instead of that, let's go to them. So that's how Cafecito was born. Let's go to a local business, support that local business, which is a key thing. I mean, we're not going to do these at a big hotel. Cafecito's not made for a hotel or like a big conference center. It's meant for a little small mom and pop. And even, like Swami's, I mean, I still think it's mom and pop, even though they got multiple locations. But, it's a great place. We go out there to, Stanley Ray Bakery. It's a great family. Then we come out to like Old Cow Coffee House, another great little mom and pop shop. And that's how we do it.
So you're giving us a tour about all these flavors and different types of, personalities, and you're doing everything you can by bringing all these business or solo entrepreneurs, right, to these mom and pop that you're calling them right now, small businesses. Yeah. And it could be from a Mexican restaurant to a Chinese restaurant. It could be an American cuisine. Right. It could be just a coffee shop. Right. And I'm part of those Cafecitos, and I can tell you one thing, that not only are you bringing individuals together, but you're bringing financial stability to those that are running businesses. And I know it probably sounds like, what, financial stability? But you're allowing us to go and taste their food, their coffee, live the ambiance as you are conducting these Cafecitos. And I know that you have this plan in place and you make it seem like it's so casual, like don't worry about it. And maybe that is why you're so successful, David. And the reason why it is that you're just such a giver. You're never expecting anything from anyone. And it's important for a lot of people out there that they see these Cafecitos online and they just show up, right? They show up from all over the place.
Yeah, there's no attendance. We do have a registration link, but it's just a minor formality. It's not required.
So talk about that. What is it that it's required or not required? How can somebody look you up or find a Cafecito, or where is it going on, or what is it about?
Well, there's easy. Some people might not know. I spent the last 10 plus years in social media, digital marketing realm. I spent 20 years prior to that in photography, the transition to video. So I bring a lot of that background into what we're doing now. Everything's about relationship building. So how do you find Cafecito? I could sit out here and do a massive website, pay-per-click campaign, billboards, television commercial. That's not what we're doing. We're doing everything very organic. Everybody's heard about Eventbrite, very popular, especially, and then Zoom. You've got two big popular platforms that just really got me even crazier during COVID times. But so Eventbrite, if you just search Cafecito, just the word Cafecito, right now there's probably like almost 400 people following that term, Cafecito, on Eventbrite, which is pretty cool. A lot of people show up at Cafecito and they go, my first question, how'd you find out about us? Oh, through Eventbrite, or through Facebook, or through, I think yesterday was something fun, was Vista Neighborhoods Facebook group. It's like, really? I didn't do anything.
You are pretty popular in Vista.
I'm not doing any of this stuff. It just shows up. And when people show up, I mean, I'm humbled by it, and I feel pretty stoked. It's just like people just showed up because they like what we're doing. That's just what that's the accolade I get out of it. That's the
So you're a connector.
I've been told that, but I'm just a humble servant. It's just how can I serve? I believe in investing in my community, investing in relationships, and investing with you, investing with everybody else.
One thing I do admire and loved about you, when COVID hit, we were all going through panic, depression. Everybody's used to being out there, right? We're not used to being caged in. But you decided that you were going to do everything online.
Right.
You were going to keep us engaged, and you were going to make sure that our business was not going to be hurt by this pandemic.
Right.
You had something in place. You came up with something immediately, and you started sharing it with everybody.
Right.
You never asked for a membership.
Right.
You never asked for us to contribute financially.
Right.
You just said, let's help each other out. Let's get through these.
And that was the game. We've been doing pre-COVID. I mean, when did COVID hit? 2 years ago, so 20. So we were going 4 years, Cafecitos in person. And we were doing really well. I mean, and we were really focused in North County. I shared this idea in San Diego, and we had some things going on in San Diego. So then COVID hit, and I go, well, we still have this need. And the first thing I got to, Juan Velasco, a really dear friend, he does a lot of business coaching and development like that. And he had a Zoom account. And I go, hey, Juan, we got to do something to help out these businesses, how to get, financial support. So that was our first Cafecito online Zoom. And from there, we went weekly. For a while, we were twice a week even.
I remember.
It was crazy, and nobody's getting paid for this. It's just out of being a giving community. And it's not just me. Juan Velasco did a lot. We had guest speakers. But what was really a big turn that really turned this whole Cafecito online is that we've been doing a North County Business Expo, which we have the other one coming up this June. But we've been doing that for 6 years. But the first 4 years in person, but then COVID hits. It was like, okay, we have this successful Zoom Cafecito happening. So we go, you know what, let's try an online business expo. How many times has it been done? Well, now it's better than ever, right? So we did the first first online business expo, good success. And then the following year, we did it with great success. And that's what that all comes from Cafecito. So you figure you have all these Cafecitos, different places physically. Now you have them all online. And the sweet spot we do Cafecito is that 10 to 20 spot. Once you get 10 to 20 professionals, nonprofit, community, business professionals in a room or on a Zoom, a lot of things could happen. And once it gets bigger, we put them in separate breakout rooms. So we did all that online, and we had great success. I mean, people like you that show up. The Chambers of Commerce has really supported us. Fallbrook, gave me a lot of accolades of what we did during COVID, pivoting and supporting local businesses in our virtual environment. I got blessed to have what I think Facebook's past 10,000 followers. It's an easy platform to do. We develop all these groups. So we have a Cafecito Business Cafecito Business Networking. Gets confusing, right?
A little.
So it'd be nice if we just said Cafecito, but there's a whole more to that.
That's another episode.
Exactly. So we got, you can find us on Facebook, Cafecito Networking, or Cafecito Business Networking. That's Facebook. We're on Instagram, Cafecito Business. We're on TikTok, Cafecito Business, and we're soon coming to a couple other platforms. But then the most important one I like the most is the group pages. So if people know what group pages are, it's like a job board or those little billboards you see in Starbucks on the by the wall, the corkboard. People just putting pins up there. That's what this group page is all about. People come and share their post about what they have, what their needs, whatever has to do with that community. And ours is Cafecito Business Networking. So that's how you find us on that social media element. And again, you can't go wrong with Eventbrite, but the main one is our website. So we do have websites called cafecitobusiness.com. So what that does is just list all the calendar. And what's really cool is you think Cafecito, and the term of Cafecito, we didn't talk about that. It's just a casual meetup of people. That's where the word Cafecito comes from.
Have a cup of coffee, right?
Exactly. In Spanish, we go say, I'm going to go meet somebody for coffee. Vamos a ir a un cafecito.
That's it.
So that's all we're doing. So we actually do wine events. So we hook up at a winery once a month. And you're going to do, I haven't seen too many people do this, but from business networking is bringing relationships together. Sitting, sharing a cup of coffee, sharing a story, having somebody speak is fantastic. So I came up with this idea. Some people don't know. I mean, I love being outdoors, hiking, biking, triathlons, whatever. I've done a lot of that. So I go, well, people keep on telling me, I want to go hiking with you. So we came up and did a little twist. Cafecito hiking, why not,
Absolutely. I like it.
So you go out hiking, and same way you're sitting down for coffee, which is going to last 20 to 50 minutes. Imagine going on a 5-mile hike for 2 hours with somebody you don't know. Guess what? You come down that mountain, and you got a relationship. Ding.
That is so
So
true.
that's how you find us. All the social media, the website, cafecitobusiness.com, and just search everywhere else.
So, what is it that you like most of doing what David Zumaya does? Because I know that you're super good at it.
Thank you.
I'm like, you're just amazing in what you do.
Yeah.
And one thing that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to share this, COVID it's still going on, but was still going on strong. And David made the decision that he was going to start doing live cafecitos as
Right.
well. And he called me. He's like, what are your thoughts? And I said, well, how about if nobody shows up? And he says, it doesn't matter. We still have to eat, right?
Right.
We meet in these amazing restaurants and
Right.
we know these owners
Right.
and we're still supporting them. Therefore, if I'm there by myself, I'm still going to enjoy a great breakfast. And if somebody else joins, it's a plus.
Right.
And you know what, David? Those words were amazing to me because that is true. I've known David, for like a good 5 years now, prox? And David has been a huge success for my company. He's brought us to the point where we're at now, just by, coaching us, referring us, giving us brand new ideas, or maybe having the same idea but just tweaking it.
Right.
And I always said that everybody that I speak to is like, David's a giver. David is not selfish. David cares about you and your business, and it's true. So tell me, David, I'm like, what drives you? This passion that you have, and I'm not trying to make it be like, wow, but it's true.
All
I'm
right.
like, you need to. I'm like, I know, and you're laughing because you're used to putting me and
Oh,
the others
yeah,
on the spot.
you know.
But when it comes to David, and I think that there's so many people out there. You had 10,000 likes. It was impressive.
Right.
Okay, with doing just the regular A to B deal, right? Not trying to go doing all these campaigns. It's just you.
Right.
You're not shy on getting a cell phone and start recording yourself, and it doesn't matter who's behind you or what you're eating. You're taking that bite of that bread, and it's okay. You want to advertise that. Look at how yummy this is. It's delicious. Try it. So, tell me, what drives David?
What drives David? Wow. It's just a reflection on who you are, right? So I was raised by a single parent, and she was a giver. My mom was a giver forever. As a home baker, hospital baker, main baker, come home still in the kitchen. She lived in the kitchen, and she would, anytime somebody came home, visit, she was making something for them. She was constantly giving. During Christmas, everybody in the world got cookies, tamales, you name it, she got it. So that was me as a kid. And then I go forward and I get into these environments, So I first got involved in Latino organizations with the Mexican American Foundation, the Chicano Federation, the SHIP, which is a Society of Hispanic Engineers, MANA when it first started in 1990, and then the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And I saw this and I got involved just giving. Currently I sit on the board of American Heart Association. I volunteer with them. I volunteer with American Cancer Society, the Alzheimer's Association, because my mom lost her battle with Alzheimer's. So for some reason, this giving is part of me. And it goes back to my mom, in the kitchen, giving what she gave. She baked with love. And I don't know how to bake. I mean, yes, I spent a good time photography, 20 years, and I love photography. So I guess my mom's version of baking, I interpret it as photography.
But you take us to amazing restaurants where they know how to bake.
Yeah.
And we can too.
So that whole giving comes from that, and this photography element that I did with a passion, and I loved it, is this cafecito. Now that the whole photography world has shifted because of digital, I was a film photographer. Still images. So now in this digital world is I incorporate my love for photography and my love for coaching and supporting businesses. And you go out there and just give more of yourself. It's an investment in your life. And I invest in making what I can better one step at a time. I may not be the recipient all the time, or that's not even the focus, of course. Like I always have a challenge. So yesterday in Cafecito, we had a Cafecito at Swami's in Vista, and even when we do our Cafecitos down in San Diego, North Park, and Chula Vista, National City, and La Mesa. I keep on saying La Mesa, Lemon Grove. Christina's going to get mad at me. So Christina Rounds and Juan Carlos Hernandez came on board and really supported us with the reach in San Diego, because they used to run Cafecitos when we were still with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as well. So, this Cafecito brand has really taken off. But where I was going with this is, and I just forgot where I was going with this, but, the whole idea is coming back and sharing that environment with each other. Also the challenge. So in Cafecito, I challenge people. I'm not a web designer, but I'm a digital marketer. But there's platforms out there that it's a free platform. There's Wiki, there's all these different type of websites. So if I see somebody, and today now a website and social media presence is basically your calling card. So business cards are and will be what they are. So in the old days, I say the old days, the 70s and 80s when I got into business, if you came to a presentation and you did not have a business card, people didn't think you're real. I mean, the first thing you go, you got a business card, let me see the bill. Okay, you're real. Nowadays, the first thing I'm going to do is Google you. We're going to Google you. Let me see Blanca Rincon. Let me see Apex, 360 Workforce Solution, right? And
Close enough.
Exactly, there you go. If you don't find it online, guess what? They may not believe you. So I challenge everybody in Cafecito, and I've done this for at least 5 times. I go, you don't have a website? I challenge you. In 15 minutes, I can get a website built for you.
And you do.
Yeah, we deliver.
And you did.
Again, it's not going to be robust. Don't think it's going to be this grand thing like, GM Motors or Ford dealership or the shopping center. It's just a simple page that says, here's who and what we are.
But they have a presence.
Exactly.
You took them there.
Right. That's first step.
And it was impressive to see that you're just sitting there talking to them. You're like, talk to me afterwards and we'll build it. Yeah. And it's 30 minutes later and the website's up. And I'm like, is this really happening? Right. Like in 30 minutes, this person has a website?
Yeah. And so that's all. It goes back to I have a love and passion for giving. So that's who I am.
So David, you're a business entrepreneur. You're a marketing advocate. You have this amazing business and brand of Cafecito Business Networking, but you're also a teacher. Oh my gosh. This is... I'm like, God. How do you make time for it? People tell me, Blanca, how do you make time for everything? Wow. Aside of that, you have a beautiful family,
right.
Your girls. Yeah. But how does David Zumaya have time for everything? I know you're very passionate about your students,
yes,
and you love teaching them. Talk to me about what drives you to become a teacher.
I feel like this is that TV show. This is your life. Next thing somebody's gonna come through the door, David.
David, a lot of your viewers, they see this amazing business entrepreneur, but they also want to know who's David.
Well, who's David? I mean, for 15 years I was a stay-home dad raising 4 daughters. So, and they were the love of my life, and they still are. So, to go back, what drives everything I do here, it came back to my mind, is everything I do is we all want to leave some type of legacy, and I think what drives me is for my 4 daughters and leaving a legacy for them. So I teach, and this is my second time. I taught 3 years at Southwestern College in my old school in Chula Vista, and then I got over here this past summer. I started teaching at a university here. It's a film and business school in downtown Escondido called John Paul Catholic University. So I teach a career services class, and I do coaching for students that are in the film and the communication media field or business as well with some humanities. And I'm helping them how to start a business, how to get their business, how to get their brand, how to get their sample. So I finally feel like it's Cafecito in the school. So I'm out there coaching these students is how to be the most that they can, but be humble servants of who we are, but being passionate about who you are. So to me, I don't believe in negativism. And the circle around me, if you ever in Cafecito, you probably feel this. All it is a positive energy. I always jokingly say in Cafecito, if somebody's going to be negative at ego, please leave. Although that is being negative, though. I just realized that. That's the only negative that comes out.
You're just putting it out there.
Exactly.
Just in case you're trying to take a step out.
So I come out here and teach these students, be positive, be passionate. We have filmmakers. We have a couple of jobs, a couple of students that are working with cryptocurrency at a local financial institution. We have another film production company that out of Hollywood venture capitalist that's looking at some of our students and bringing his internship. So I'm facilitating that and coaching these students how to be the best version of themselves there and being proud of what they are. So that's the legacy I leave.
You say, you've said this a couple times, you've been a stay-home dad, but I know that while you were still stay-home dad, you were working photography, you were doing websites, you were trying to get all these other things done. You had a job.
Right. Oh, yeah.
As you were taking care of your 4 girls. And it's impressive. A lot of people always say, well, the housewife, the woman, blah, blah, blah. But it's very difficult for somebody to bring something up like this. And I know I respect everyone. I have a lot of friends, that males, females, it doesn't matter. But you're that type of individual, David, that you just get it done. You just get things done. I'm like, that should be your slogan. Just get it done.
Isn't there a comedian that says that? Get her done.
Because that's what you do. I'm like, I see it. I'm like, it doesn't matter how busy you are. And I see it in myself.
Right.
Like, I will call David and I think he's already like sleeping and he won't be able to pick up that either phone call or text because the phone is on non-disturb and the man just picks up and says, what's up?
What's up?
What did we forget to do?
Yeah.
What's pending?
Well, you got to help out your friends. That's where we're at.
And I do know that.
Well, what's that? Guess the Fockers, the circle of trust.
The circle of trust.
There you go. So,
we're in it, right?
So, we have Cafecitos and my brand, My San Diego Latino, everything that we do is a circle of trust. So the people that come into that circle, we got to be there for each other.
But you know what, David? You've never said no to anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that David Zumaya believes in friendship since the get-go. You meet someone today morning and you're trusting them. You're allowing that person to come into your life. And then they have to make the decision if they're willing to stay or go.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to give yourself to the fullest. And giving knowledge, I have a friend that said, and you'll be listening, giving advice shouldn't be free, right? You have to pay. This is why attorneys make money.
Right.
HRs like me make money. It shouldn't be free. But you have taught us, like, no, you need to give some type of free advice. You need to showcase what you do and how you do it. And you need to build that trust, right?
Right.
And I think that's one thing you do, David. And I know sometimes, and I've seen it, people do take advantage of people, right?
It's the nature sometimes.
But you have built amazing relationships out there and you're a very successful man. What do you have to say to these viewers, right? To these followers? These are people that follow David Zumaya, that love David Zumaya, they trust David Zumaya. Right. If you could do one ask,
oh gosh,
one ask, what would it be?
Wow. Okay, and how much time do you have for this answer?
I don't know. As much time as you wish to take.
Well, you can put the little music, the thinking music. God, no. It's all about love to me. I don't have the perfect answer for this question, but, you got to share love in the world. We got to leave this world as best you can. And to me, the business and the family, my key things that have always been the most important to me is family, business, and education. That's a well-balanced environment for me. Being educated either through university or through trade school or just, hard knocks, family, having that strong family bond, and of course, having successful business. But wherever you're at in that, you have to always remember to give. So if you're a successful business entrepreneur, professional, community leader, you got to make sure you lead and bring somebody with you. There's no reason to be at the top all by yourself. You got to surround yourself as many other people, give them the opportunity that you have to be successful. I learned that when I was managing at a bank, my goal was bring people up. And so right here at Cafecito, is how do we get more people involved? I mean, we've been blessed in San Diego. Christina Rounds and Juan Carlos have been really great with me. When we were online, Juan Velasco was really great. And then what your support and everybody else's support. I mean, there's so many names, we can't list them all, but those people have made the success that we had during COVID, pre-COVID, and these business expos. We have so many people that just want to give and support. I've been pretty proud that bring people together. When I first came to North County, it was like 25 years ago. First started working in the Chambers of Commerce, and I saw we got 10 different cities. So my whole goal is bringing people together. San Diego does it pretty good. And so that has been my whole thing is bring people together and just give. So that's who I am. And I don't know how I could change. It's probably too late to change. And yes, success, people measure it by dollars. My goal's never been to uber wealthy. I mean, I admire and respect people that have that economic level of success. If I was at that point, I would just probably donate and giving it back because that's who I am. I would try to live modest. If I could just be happy, wherever that financial side is fantastic. Cafecitos, we are what we do. I mean, something might shift down the road and how we do it. It's all just changing with the times. But my whole thing is how can I market and promote and support local businesses? And, we do have a membership fee that goes with that type of business. Is fine. I'm fortunate enough and blessed to be working at university as a professor in counseling and career services and surrounded by positive people like yourself. That's my success.
Let's talk about that fee and what it covers. Because a lot of people don't know everything that you give for a very small fraction. And I'm one of them.
Yes.
Okay. And we're blessed to have you.
Right.
But a lot of your viewers don't know exactly about this particular business. So it's My North County, San Diego,
Yes.
right?
So-
And we need to talk a little bit about it. And I know this is all about Cafecito because it's a very important subject for you.
Right.
Because your only objective is to get all these business entrepreneurs and sole entrepreneurs to successfully start to mingle with each other and create these amazing empires.
Right.
Let's talk about My North County.
Well, so my San North County was a startup idea I had several years ago. I was working with the Escondido Chamber of Commerce. I did consulting with the San Marcos Chamber, North County Economic Development Council, Oceanside Chamber of Commerce, and I even did in the far days, I did some work with Solana Beach Chamber of Commerce. So I see all these chambers, all these cities, and I felt that there was a need to, how do we have a common voice? You know, so many times you're in a city in North County, you go, God, I want to go experiment some restaurants. And then you have to log on to different websites to find out what restaurants in what city. Of course, you have Yelp and things like that too, but within the same city sites. So what I developed was this brand called My San Diego North County. So My San Diego is the hub of everything. So this one specifically, our first launch is just North County. So I'm advocate. I'm a paid member in almost every chamber of commerce that I involved with, from Carlsbad to Fallbrook to Poway is my area, and I'm reaching out to Encinitas on the beach is my next step. So
Okay.
it's just so My San North County is basically a subscription plan that I have a website and then I have social media. So I grown the social media, and I have lots of friends, and myself included. We do social media management, or I have done. So you charge clients anywhere between X dollars to X dollars to sit here and manage somebody's social media, some marketing, some photos, some graphics, some video, and it's a set fee. So no matter how good of a product that you have for your company, this podcast like this, or video or graphics, it's only as good as your audience is listening to it. So what I've done successfully is built an audience in North County of 14,000 people on social media. And if I put a message out there, you have more eyeballs seeing it. So what I do is the subscription plan for, say a couple $100 a year, very minimal in my eyes. And I'm just your fan club. And I'm out here supporting you, promoting you, sharing your post, engaging your post, possibly showing up at your place of business and do a Facebook Live, take pictures like we do with you when we're doing all our things, and tagging people. So it's just a small social media digital marketing subscription plan that I do with a lot of bells and whistles that go with it. But if you're in one town in North County, support your local business association, being a Chamber of Commerce, Downtown Association, or a visitor center, support them. I'm an advocate of that. But if you want your voice to be heard even above and beyond that, in this mile, or let's say a 30-minute radius in North County that you capture from Poway to Fallbrook and Oceanside and Del Mar, I could get that message out there to some of those people. It's not all of it, because I can't have 1 million people. Not that I shouldn't say can't have, right? It's not impossible to get 1 million people on social media.
Trust me, it can't. It won't be. That word should not exist in your vocabulary. It can't. It's not impossible.
That's what the business model is all about, is how do we spread love? There goes back the love factor, right? Here's my mom baking in the kitchen, sharing her bread and cookies. I'm out here on social media sharing love of people's events and posts and what are happening. Farmers markets are happening all throughout North County. Street fairs are happening. We have live music venues. Did you know we have almost 100 wineries and wine tasting rooms in North County? People don't know that. Breweries, of course, we have the brewery capitals here in North County. So there's another almost 100 breweries. Of course, then you have the mead and the hard cider, things like that. But we don't have a voice for that in North County.
No, we do.
Well,
It's called David Zumaya.
Exactly. It's called My San Diego North County.
Exactly.
and that's the first step. I mean, we have a lot of other things. We're getting ready to launch My San Diego Latino.
Okay.
Same concept, but we're reaching out to the Latino market. Being my grandparents are both Latinos, and I want to serve my community proud. So we're doing that. We're using the word Cafecito, of course, is it? And we are in San Diego.
So mysandiegonorthcounty.com. Somebody could log in, go into, create an account, buy this membership, and then now you start providing them with marketing services.
That's a concept. So we call it a subscription, because we're not a membership organization. It's a subscription marketing plan.
Okay.
The whole idea is to market and support people. Just like if somebody contracted me to do marketing for them directly, we're doing it on a more of a larger scale. So that's why it's called a subscription to us. But yes, they log into mysannorthcounty.com or mysdnc.com. So we're doing little changes and shift to the website, change to the new platform. So the new platform will allow people to log in there and just do everything automated. Upload the logo, upload some text, some video, everything else. It all has different tier pricing that we have. And besides all that, there's always going to be outside consulting available. So if somebody, one size doesn't fit all, you still want to get listed and be in that mix of marketing with the subscription. But if somebody goes, David, I need something special. We got a grand opening happening. We need somebody to come do a video. And it's not just me doing everything. We got a great circle of influence from strong videographers that are established here in the community. I mean, I work with Chris Ryan and Michael Woods over here. Then our students are coming out of the university, and photography. I'm the biggest fan of Marcy Bros photography. So we have all these skilled people, and yes, I could do some of that. But I feel I'm better used to just maintaining and managing and bringing everybody together. So if somebody needs help like that for a grand opening or an anniversary or some special event, I'll go out there and do what I do, but I'll bring other support with us. So we're always available for outside services. And more so it goes back about sharing love. So if somebody goes, I need somebody to be a copywriter or somebody to do XYZ, or I need somebody that does HR management or employment relations, I want to be able to have that relationship to go, here, Blanca, here's a client that needs your help. So that's what the love comes back to it.
So David, let's talk about what you got going on in April. What's so special about April?
All right, so everybody, you're going to hear this. So in April, we are celebrating our 6th anniversary at Cafecito, starting in a little small bakery shop called San Luis Rey Bakery in Oceanside, right next door behind the Mission, San Luis Rey Mission is where we started. And 6 years later, we are here. We are doing events from Lemon Grove to National City, Chula Vista, to, of course, the whole North County corridor, these large events that we did with the expos. We're all doing that. So we're celebrating 6 years of this. So we got a lot of people in line that are supporting us. So we invite everybody to come out there. The date's still finalizing, but we're close to the 12th, and to plus 14, the 28th would be the second one. So we're doing something in San Diego and in North County. So some people just can't do the commute back and forth. I'm gonna go to you. We're bringing this to everybody's home. Not directly, but we're bringing it to San Diego and to North County. The whole idea is to celebrate 6 years. It's going to be an evening event. Probably be the first time we do a cafecito. I think Christina had a name, Cafecito After Dark. We got Cafecito Wine Stop. We got Cafecito Hiking. So this is just a Cafecito mixer. Let's call it that, But it's just a celebration and bringing people together. Both events will be tied into a nonprofit. So any money paid at the door is going to go to a nonprofit to support that nonprofit, because it's all about giving back. So I want you to really come out there and support us. If 50 people show up or 500 people show up, I don't know, we can handle 500, but that'd be a good problem to have, right? It's just, again, bringing community. So that's what our big ask is, support us and join us, cafecitobusiness.com. But again, the anniversary special is going to be in April. It's 6 years. I can't believe it.
It's been a long time. Wow.
Yeah.
Seems like it was yesterday when you started.
Yeah, I had more hair and I didn't have any gray, so.
So follow David. Right?
Yes. Well, you can follow me all over the place. I mean, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Of course, the TikTok is something new for me, but we're making it happen. I love YouTube. So I got different channels, but cafecitobusiness.com is what we're talking about today. So that's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Personally, you can find me, David Zumaya, from Instagram to LinkedIn to YouTube. So.
And do me a favor, write a review. Just write a review. I'm like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy or a whole paragraph. Just get on the platform, give David Zumaya and Cafecito Business Networking a review. Give yourself a chance. Even if you're just thinking of starting a business and you're a solo business entrepreneur, come join us. This is all for you. We do it for you. Christina Rounds, shout out to that woman. She's amazing. I love that lady. She's amazing. JC, Juan Carlos Hernandez, amazing too. These are two individuals, right?
Yeah.
They make a difference.
Well, it's like a family.
It is a family.
Yeah. So.
And I'm very blessed that they have allowed me to be part of their family.
Yeah. So we call Blanca like a cousin.
I'm like a second cousin. Because I'm not the original ones, but I'm here. And David, we're always here to support you. So whatever you need from us, from me as Blanca Rincon, as a business entrepreneur as well, I'm always here to help you. I appreciate everything you do for us, for me, and for our community. And for every other communities as well, because you're all over the place. You're not only in Carlsbad, Vista, Escondido, you're all over the place. And people like myself that, I come from LA to San Diego, right? And I'm like trying to build everything. And then I'm very blessed to find someone like you, right? That you're just like, hey, I could guide you, I could coach you, I could connect you.
Right.
So these are the things that make David Zumaya, David Zumaya. And we really appreciate you, David. And I want you to come back, David, because we have to talk about my San Diego, North County.
There you go.
Sorry, my San Diego, North County.
It's tongue tangler, I know that.
Yeah, so we need to talk about my San Diego, North County, because I know that it's a huge platform and you do so much with it, but you don't advertise it. And I know that a lot of your listeners, your followers, don't know about that platform.
Right.
They're focused on Cafecito Business Networking.
Right.
So it's a date. We're going
There
to
you
be
go.
here. We'll bring some pan dulce and some coffee, and we'll make it happen. Final thoughts. What would you like to tell your audience? Just something.
Yeah, the only big shout I have is say thank you. Um, I don't ask for much. It's just a big thank you to everything. The more people we can support, the more people we can touch. That's the blessing that we have. My biggest ask, if you can, when you're ready, and support Mycenae North County with the subscription model we have. But more so, besides the business side of it, is just make a difference in the world. Go out there to the community and the businesses that you work with, and the community and the clients, the customers, the public, the schools. Go out there, make a difference, give back somewhere. That's what we do.
Thank you, David.
Right.
Cafecito, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.